nobody is going to tell you this in a gym or a diet program. The entire fitness industry teaches you how to burn fat during the day. Morning workouts, calorie deficits, step counts, macros, all of it focused on the hours when you are awake. But nobody talks about what happens at night, and that is exactly where the problem is for most people. Every single night, your body asks one question before it decides what to do for the next 8 hours. Is it safe to burn fat right now? Most people unknowingly answer that question wrong. Not because they are lazy, not because their metabolism is broken, because of 3 specific bedtime habits that are silently switching off fat burning before their head even hits the pillow. Which is why they can fast, eat clean, count calories, walk their daily steps, hit the gym 5 days a week, and still wake up with the same belly fat they went to sleep with. If that sounds familiar, this video is going to change how you think about fat loss completely. And stay with me, because the third habit I am going to show you is the most overlooked fat-burning signal in the entire conversation about metabolism. Most people have never heard of it. Here is something most people never learn about how their body actually works. Your metabolism runs 2 completely different shifts. During the day, your body is designed to eat, move, and burn energy from food. That is the daytime shift. But when night comes, something changes at the cellular level. Your metabolism is supposed to shift into what researchers call repair mode. This is where the real fat loss happens. During deep sleep, specifically what scientists call delta wave sleep, 4 things are supposed to switch on simultaneously. First, your body releases growth hormone. This is your most powerful, fat-burning, anti-aging, and muscle-preserving hormone. Second, cellular repair enzymes activate and autophagy begins. Your body starts cleaning out damaged cells and recycling their components. Third, your cortisol drops to its lowest point of the entire 24-hour cycle. And fourth, your insulin falls low enough for true fat burning to begin. I want you to lock in on growth hormone specifically, because this is the one that changes everything. Roughly 70% of the growth hormone your body releases happens while you sleep. Most of it during that first half of sleep, in the deep delta state that is supposed to begin right after you close your eyes. And here is the research finding that should genuinely stop you. Scientists found that the size of that growth hormone pulse is directly tied to how much deep sleep you actually get. More deep sleep means a bigger fat-burning pulse. Less deep sleep means a smaller one. But all of this depends on one hard rule. Fat burning and that growth hormone pulse cannot happen if your insulin is elevated. Insulin has one primary job. It tells your body to store energy, not burn it. So if you go to bed with insulin still elevated from something you ate, you will spend the entire night in shallow sleep and fat storage mode, instead of fat burning repair mode. You miss the window completely, and it resets the next morning like it never happened. Habit number 1. The kitchen closes 3 hours before bed. This one sounds almost too simple, but stay with me because the data behind it is not simple at all. When you eat too close to bedtime, your blood sugar rises and insulin follows. That insulin can stay elevated for 3 to 5 hours. So when you fall asleep during those first critical hours where the growth hormone pulse is supposed to happen, your body is still in fat storage mode from dinner. You miss the entire fat-burning window while you sleep. We have human data on exactly this. Researchers ran a randomized crossover trial where the same healthy people ate dinner at 6 p.m. on one night and 10 p.m. on another night. Same meal, same people, same calories. The only variable was the clock. The late dinner caused a higher overnight blood sugar response. It reduced fat burning while they slept, and it pushed cortisol levels up overnight. Think about that for a moment. Identical food, identical people, identical calories. One timing turned fat burning on, and one timing turned it off. Let me tell you about someone I worked with who taught me how powerful this is. He was doing everything right by conventional standards. Low carbohydrate diet, intermittent fasting, 10,000 steps per day, gym 5 days a week. But he had one habit he did not think mattered. Every night, he would eat dinner about an hour before bedtime, and then have a bowl of ice cream after dinner. I put a continuous glucose monitor on him so we could actually see what his blood sugar was doing overnight. His blood sugar stayed elevated for hours after that evening meal and dessert combination, well into the time he was supposed to be in his deepest fat-burning sleep. Here is the key thing I told him. I did not take away his ice cream. I just moved the deadline. Finish everything, dinner and dessert, 3 hours before you close your eyes. He was going to bed at 11 p.m., so the kitchen closed at 8 p.m. That was the only change we made. Within 2 weeks, his sleep quality improved noticeably. His late night cravings dropped significantly. His waist measurement started coming down. I tracked his deep sleep using a wearable device, and both his deep sleep and his REM sleep increased measurably. Not from changing what he ate, from changing when he stopped eating. Now, do a quick self-check right now. Do you wake up between 2 and 4 a.m. regularly? Do you crave sugar late at night? Do you feel tired in the morning even after a full night in bed? Those are not random patterns. They are often signs that your blood sugar and insulin were unstable overnight, pulling you out of the deep repair and fat-burning state your body needs. Habit number 2, build a deep sleep environment. This is not going to be generic get more sleep advice. I want to frame this exactly the way your metabolism sees it. You are protecting your growth hormone window. Remember, deep sleep is your fat-burning window. That is when the growth hormone pulse releases. And research suggests you actually burn more fat during quality deep sleep than during moderate exercise. So anything that disrupts your deep sleep is directly robbing you of fat loss. The Mayo Clinic ran a randomized controlled trial that I want you to know about because it is genuinely alarming. Healthy adults had their sleep cut to just 4 hours a night for 2 weeks. Researchers scanned their bodies before and after using CT imaging. The short sleep group gained 9% more belly fat, and they gained 11% more visceral fat, the dangerous fat wrapped around your organs. Here is the detail that should concern everyone. Their total body weight only went up by 1 pound. So if you only watch the scale, you would think nothing happened. But the CT scan showed fat was quietly accumulating inside their belly around their vital organs. The scale lied because the fat was hiding. That is why deep sleep is not optional for fat loss. It is the mechanism. It is required. So what kills deep sleep without most people realizing it? Eating too close to bed is one we just covered, but there are several others. Blue light from your phone and screens tells your brain the sun is still up. It suppresses melatonin, delays deep sleep, and shrinks the growth hormone window. Scrolling in bed, checking email before sleep, watching something intense right until you close your eyes. All of it keeps your nervous system in a stimulated state when it needs to be transitioning into repair mode. And stress, particularly cortisol that has not come down from the day, will keep your sleep shallow no matter how many hours you spend in bed. Here's the environment protocol that actually moves the needle. First, make your bedroom as dark as possible. Block light like it is a cave. Even small amounts of light can disrupt the melatonin needed for deep sleep. A quality sleep mask is a simple and inexpensive solution if you cannot fully black out your room. Second, keep your bedroom cool. Your core body temperature needs to drop 1 to 2 degrees to enter deep sleep. Research consistently points to somewhere between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit as the optimal range. This is one of the most underutilized tools in sleep quality. Third, no screens for at least 30 minutes before bed. 60 minutes is better. This is not about willpower. It is about giving your melatonin the signal it needs to rise and pull you into deep sleep on schedule. Fourth, go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day, including weekends. Your hormones run on a rhythm. Disrupting that rhythm even on 2 nights per week disrupts the hormonal balance that makes all of this work. Consistency is what stabilizes the system. Habit number 3. Give your body the relaxation chemistry it needs. This is the habit most people have never considered, and it is the one that often makes the biggest difference once habits 1 and 2 are in place. Here is what most people assume about sleep. They think relaxation automatically happens when you lie down. It does not. Relaxation is a chemical process. Your nervous system has to physically shift from sympathetic stress mode into parasympathetic rest mode. And to make that shift, your body needs specific raw materials. If those materials are low, you lie in bed feeling wired and tired at the same time. Your thoughts race, your sleep stays shallow, and you miss the fat burning window again. Let me walk you through what the research actually shows here. Magnesium is the most important mineral most people are deficient in for sleep quality. Studies suggest over half of adults in the United States do not get enough of it. Magnesium is involved in over 300 chemical reactions in your body, including insulin sensitivity, nervous system relaxation, sleep quality, and cortisol regulation. In a double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, older adults given magnesium showed measurably more deep sleep and slow-wave sleep on brainwave readings. Their melatonin went up and their cortisol came down. And here is why this connects back to fat loss specifically. Visceral fat has 2 to 3 times more cortisol receptor sites than other fat in your body. When cortisol is elevated at night, it pours fuel directly onto belly fat. Magnesium glycinate taken before bed is the form most well absorbed and least likely to cause digestive issues. 200 to 400 milligrams is the range most studies use. The second compound is glycine, an amino acid with surprisingly strong sleep data. In randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trials, taking around 3 grams of glycine before bed helped people fall asleep faster, reach deep sleep faster, and wake up feeling more refreshed. The mechanism is fascinating. Glycine lowers your core body temperature by increasing blood flow to your hands and feet, so heat escapes. Your core drops, and you slide into deep sleep faster. It is doing on the inside exactly what a cool bedroom does on the outside. One is chemistry, one is environment. Together, they work in the same direction. The third compound worth knowing about is L-theanine. This is found naturally in green tea, and it creates what researchers describe as calm alertness. It quiets racing thoughts without sedating you. You drift off naturally instead of lying there fighting your own mind. Studies use doses of 100 to 200 milligrams before bed. And the fourth is magnesium combined with zinc, specifically a combination that is shown in research to support overnight cortisol regulation and deeper sleep architecture. None of these are exotic. None require prescription. All 4 are available as individual supplements or naturally through food sources. Magnesium from pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate, spinach, and almonds. Glycine from bone broth and collagen-rich foods. L-theanine from plain green tea consumed earlier in the evening. If you want a supplement, you can find each of these individually and take them 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Start with magnesium glycinate and glycine if you only want to add 2 things. The goal is to give your nervous system the chemical environment it needs to actually make the shift into repair mode. Because if that shift does not happen, none of the other work you are doing during the day will fully pay off at night. Here is what you actually do with all of this. 3 habits applied in order for the next 30 nights. Level 1. Lower your insulin before sleep. Kitchen closes 3 hours before you go to bed. This is the foundation because nothing else works properly if insulin is still elevated when you lie down. Level 2. Protect your growth hormone window. Dark room, cool temperature between 65 and 68 degrees. No screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Consistent sleep and wake time every day, including weekends. Level 3. Provide the relaxation chemistry. Magnesium glycinate and glycine are the 2 most research-supported starting points. Take them 30 to 60 minutes before your target sleep time. That is the complete system. Now, here is something important I want you to understand before this ends. Most people have been told their metabolism is slowing down because they are getting older. That the belly fat is just part of aging now. that they need to work harder and eat less. But for many people, the real problem is not their metabolism. It is their nighttime routine. Your metabolism is not broken. It has just been running the wrong shift because of signals you did not know you were sending. Change the nighttime signals, and your body changes what it does during the night. Win the night, and you win your metabolism. Because your nighttime routine controls your hormones control your metabolism, and your metabolism decides every single morning whether last night was a fat burning night or a fat storing one. 3 nights from now, pay attention to 4 things: your sleep quality when you wake up, your morning energy level, your afternoon cravings, and how your waistband fits. Most people notice something shifting within the first week, not from doing more, from finally letting their body do what it was already designed to do at night. Drop a comment and tell me which of these 3 habits surprised you most, or which one you are going to start with tonight. I read every single one. If this changed how you think about fat loss, subscribe to What Science Reveals. Real science explained clearly every single week. See you in the next one.